moment, I see Oklahoma City going to the NBA Finals again this year against the Heat. I see a rematch in the process, but Cameron, I do see the Lakers as a big, big threat in the Western Conference.
And lastly, do you think that Kobe Bryant will drop off a little bit with being in the NBA for such a long time, having so much mileage on his legs? Do you think it's going to be a pretty tough year for Bryant?
I don't really think so. I think the pressure is off of him more because of the additions of Nash and Dwight Howard, and the fact that he does have Pau Gasol, who is about his age, playing with him, and he's been his teammate for the past 5 or 6 years now. I do see Kobe dropping off a little bit, especially because Dwight Howard and Steve Nash will pick up the productivity that Kobe Bryant had left. But, it's just a matter of the way that Kobe Bryant maneuvers in the lane and how he runs with this new Princeton offense. It's his third offense in the last 3 years. I don't really know what the offense was last year under Mike Brown, but I do see Kobe having a little bit of a production issue. Not issue, but I do see him having a little bit of a down year. Yes, he is 34, but I also see Steve Nash and Dwight Howard picking up the slack for where Kobe left off.
Thank you, Noah Friedman. You can follow him on Twitter at OpenAnnouncer on Twitter. Thank you very much for coming on the Cameron Sadeghi Show.
Thank you so much for having me, Cameron. I appreciate the opportunity.
All right. Thank you very much, and we will be back in a moment. We'll answer Carlos's comments or more. You can chat. There's a little comment bubble near the right near the listening. I'm not particularly sure where it is, but there is a comment bubble right near the play button, I believe. And then you can call in. Very simple number, 949-456-2911. If you call that number, you will be on the show. But before we get you on the show, before we hear what you have to say on the show, we'll take a quick break. All right, we are back at the Cameron Sadeghi Show on National Sports on Air. By the way, before we move on, I thought that was a really good point on Noah's part. The Princeton offense. Actually, just during that interview, I checked to see what it's mainly about. It's more cuts, screens, back doors. To me, I think it's a great fit. Just hearing about what this Princeton offense is with cuts, moves, moving without the basketball. I think that's one of the most underrated elements in basketball because you don't necessarily need to have the basketball to break down your man or to have an advantage over your man or get good positioning in post-up scenarios. You can move, do different screens, V cuts, L cuts, all these different things that you can implement into your offense. Backdoor cuts, a lot of defenders cheat, like to overplay. You go right behind them in a backdoor cut, get some easy layups there. And I think it will utilize the, Pau Gasol more. I think that's better. And by the way, Carlos says, thanks to Eddie Jordan, the Princeton offense will be working well for the Lakers. Look, I agree with that completely. To me, I wonder, it's going to be a tough adjustment, though, because in the NBA, the game, more than college, obviously, is more individualized basketball, dribble, shoot, not pass, cut, shot. It's a more individualized offense, usually given to superstars, where they try to break their man down with the basketball. That's typical NBA basketball offense. But is it going to be hard for Bryant to create without the basketball? Is it going to be, to me, I don't think it's going to be hard for Pau Gasol whatsoever. I think Pau Gasol is going to have a perfect time. I actually think Pau Gasol is going to have numbers. Thinking about this Princeton offense, I think Pau Gasol's numbers are going to increase to a large amount. That's what I believe, because Pau Gasol's skill set is so good offensively, with his ability to pass, with his ability to set screens, with his ability to knock down mid-range jump shots, and he has so many of these spins and pivots that he uses to create space. It helps him so much. It makes the defense have to be on their P's and Q's and wonder what they have to do defensively. So I think the Princeton offense will be great. I just don't think they can match up with the Thunder, though. I don't think they beat the Thunder, and I don't think the Lakers win the championship this year. Sorry I have to say it, but that's what I firmly believe. Now, on the other hand, I don't like the Thunder offense that much. I think that the Thunder offense are too much dribble, shoot, one-on-one, pass, not really, it's like pass and then set a screen, on-ball screen, then take a few dribbles and put up a contested jump shot. I just don't think the Thunder, I particularly don't like the Thunder offense. But with their youth and with the type of complementary players that they have, I think it will be the Oklahoma City Thunder who do go to the NBA Finals once again. Now, Carlos, anyone, you can chat on the comment bubble here today. Chat on the comment bubble. Please, put something on. I want to hear. I want to call in at 949-456-2911. Text me at 949-456-2911. Tweet me at SM_Cameron on Twitter. Anything. I want to. Give it to me. Give me your comments. Give me your questions. It's not just my show. It's your show as well. And thank you, Carlos, for all the comments. Chat on the comment bubble. I want to move on from the hardwood to the gridiron. Vince Young, NFL quarterback, former NFL quarterback, now jobless. Yes, sadly for Vince Young, he is no longer a Buffalo Bill. Vince Young is cut. Tavares Jackson is now a Buffalo Bill. I think that, to me, I think this is surprising what Buffalo's doing. And I know that you might be saying, oh, come on, Cameron. Just stop talking about backups and stop talking about, guys who are not that big of a deal. And look, every player, regardless, especially Vince Young with the amount of talent that he has, every player is important. So don't give me that, all right? Vince Young, to me, has athletic ability, a better athletic ability than Tavares Jackson. Mechanically and decision-wise, I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't keep Vince Young, because I think Vince Young can make more instinctive plays and mechanically seems to be a little bit better. I don't understand it. Is it attitude? I don't know. I don't want to say something that will, without any evidence, and try to wind people up. I'm no Rush Limbaugh. I'm no Bill O'Reilly, like I've said for 10 million times, but I gotta say it again and again and again. Okay? The thing is, I don't believe that Vince Young should have been cut. He should have been kept on that team, because if you look, to me, I think Vince Young is one of the more underrated backups in the NFL. What he can do as a backup, Vince Young, he provides so much. It's so hard for a defensive team to provide a solid scheme to stop Young, because he can take off and run, he can throw, he can do all these different things. He's got a large skill set. Now, consistency may be an issue, but when you're a backup, it's all they need is to just not turn the football over and just keep it close. To me, I think Vince Young can do that perfectly, and I think Vince Young is so good late game drives. I mean, look at the drive against Arizona when he was on Tennessee. I mean, that drive, a 99 walk-off drive. Game winner, chicken Parmesan dinner, touchdown. So I just think this Vince Young, I think Vince Young should have been kept, and I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Tavares Jackson. I think he's a little bit too conservative, dumps it off a little bit too much. He doesn't make the correct decisions like Young does. I don't know what it was to take Young out, but I hope this is not the end for Vince Young. Vince Young could be somewhere as a backup and could be a solid backup. I think the way Vince Young has been treated over his career has been somewhat unfair and somewhat surprising. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's attitude. I don't know. I'm not in the locker room, guys. But I can tell you this. When Vince Young steps out as a backup and I'm one of the players on his team, I'm pretty confident that he can lead my team to a victory. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for sure. He can guarantee. I can guarantee you that. I mean, I'll have some confidence. I mean, there's some backups out there where I'm just praying to God that they don't throw a pick. I mean, I know there's some players out there who think that. With Young, he can make magic happen, whether it's on the ground or through the air, and we've seen it before. We've seen those signature moments that Vince Young has had, and those have remained within us, especially true NFL fans, for a pretty long for a good amount of time. So I think I don't know why they did that decision, and I question the Buffalo Bills. I really do. I don't know. I still think the Bills are going to make the playoffs. I still think, they can challenge New England for the division, but backup-wise, if Fitzpatrick goes down, God forbid, are you going to really trust Tavares Jackson? I don't know. It just, to me, I don't think he's the answer for that particular spot. So, I don't know about that. Send me your questions. Send me your comments. Send me anything. If you just want to call in at 949-456-2911 and just say, hi, how are you? I'll be happy with that. Just keep it clean because this is a show for everyone. I'm no Howard Stern, so please keep it clean. 949-456-2911. You can call, tweet me at SM_Cameron. Chat on the comment board. There's a little comment bubble you should see on your screen. I'm not sure where it is from your viewer's perspective, but it's on the screen. You can find it. You can click on it, and you can sign in and put some comments just like Carlos has done on the Cameron Sadeghi Show. And even if you want to call in and talk some Lakers basketball, I'm fine with that as well. So, all the topics that we've discussed, please call, please comment, please discuss. Okay, we will talk about something that, again, surprised me too. It has to do with another player getting cut, getting booted out of the organization. He is... okay, we just got a funny comment right there, which I don't understand, but let me just go ahead here. That kind of threw me off. We have to talk about T.O. Some call him the loudmouth. Some call him misunderstood. We'll talk about the man who got booted out of the Seattle Seahawks organization. And by the way, we just got 2 comments. Talk about monkeys. This is the Cameron Sadeghi Show, national sports on air. I don't think that has anything to do with monkeys. So we're not talking about monkeys on this program. Okay, sorry about that. You're going to have to tune in into another channel to talk about monkeys. I'm not a good host about talking about monkeys. So on the comment board, no more monkey talk, sports talk. Thank you very much. Let's take a quick break. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned. Okay, we are back on the Cameron Sadeghi Show here on National Sports on Air. So, we got a comment. T.O. is done. Well, let me talk about that. Something very interesting. T.O. booted out of the Seahawks organization. And to many surprise, well, not to many surprise, but according to